Wanna see how I transformed this keyboard to this keyboard? Okay then, stick around until the end and I'll show you why this Royal Kludge RK84 is one of the best keyboards to mod. Right out of the box, the Royal Kludge RK84 looks like an ordinary plain looking keyboard, but it's actually more than meets the eye. Because this is a 10 keyless model, the numeric keypad is gone, leaving us with a total of 84 keys. Technically, this is 75% layout keyboard. There's no space between any of the keys and the right control key has been cut in half to make space for a function key. It is a very compact and will fit any minimalistic style setups. The whole case is made out of plastic, standard stuff, but it's sturdy enough and does not flex or bend under pressure. The case is 315 by 125 by 41 mm and it weighs some 800 grams. Here is a cool thing, it comes with a removable bezel which has a RK logo in a bottom corner, but since it's removable you can quickly rotate it and thus have no logo here if that is your thing. And you can also completely remove it and in that way you get the floating type switch style keyboard. On the back side of the board you have a Type-C connector and additional two USB 2.0 pass-through ports, so you can charge a phone maybe, connect a wired mouse here or use it for USB flash drives. These USB ports only works if a keyboard is used in wired mode, since it also supports wireless 2.4 GHz connection with the included dongle and Bluetooth 5.0 as well. On the underside of the RK84 you'll find your rubber feet, an on-off switch, the Bluetooth 2.4 GHz wireless toggle and a slot for the wireless dongle. The rear feet don't pop out to change the height of the keyboard, instead it comes with two magnetic feet that can just snap over the existing feet and thus giving it slightly more slant. I would have liked the more traditional approach here with adjustable feet in two sizes which you can just flip and use as needed. Although for my personal taste they are not needed as the angle is already good as is out of the box. The model I got here has RK branded brown switches and Royal Kludge also offers blue and red switches as an option. However, as I said in the beginning, this keyboard is made for customization. It comes with a keycap puller and a switch puller at the same time, and it's a good one, and the additional 4 extra switches. The keycaps are ABS double shot, the standard cherry cross connector on the bottom. The switches are plate mounted 3-pin models, but the board looks to have holes allowing the use of the PCB mounted switches as well, I mean the 5-pin switches. With the function key, the F keys doubles as shortcuts for mail and calculator or the built-in media keys. The function key also accesses the additional features of the keyboard. Function plus the up-down arrow raises and lowers the brightness, left and right changes the animation speed, home cycles through the 19 backlighting modes it supports, and the end changes color for any of the single color backlit modes. There is also software available for it, so you can further customize all the shortcuts and lighting modes. And yes, as usual now, it has fully programmable RGB lights. So with all that said, let's mod it. The things I am going to do now, I will change all the switches to Gateron browns, I will lubricate and film all of them using the Krytox 205 Lube Grade 0, I will also foam the case to make it sound much pleasing and also do the tempest tape mod to the PCB, but not only that, I will be doing a Holee mod to the stabilizers, which will make them sound 10 times better. Also, I will change the keycaps to something much more interesting. So let's begin. Remove the keycaps and all the switches. Unscrew all the screws and get the plate and PCB out of the case. Of course, watch for the battery. This is around 3800 mAh battery and it offers decent performance up to 1 week of moderate use with RGB on. Okay, let's do the foaming first. You can use the foam that comes with literally every other PC peripheral and electronic device. Just cut it to size and make sure to leave openings for the switches on the bottom of the PCB and for the battery cable and all the screws mounting positions. So let's do the Tempest tape mod. This will transform the sound of typing even more. We will use the regular painter's tape, nothing fancy here. Again, make sure to leave cutouts for cable connections and switches on the back, the on-off and the Bluetooth dongle switch. The next thing is to lubricate these switches. This is extremely time consuming and for this you will need a switch opener, Krytox lube and a paintbrush, the smallest one. Open the switch and you will have 4 parts now: the top housing, switch stem, a spring and a bottom housing as well. Lubricate the bottom housing first with a tiny blob of grease in these 2 rails and with what's left on the paintbrush swirl around the bottom as well. Next thing is to lube the stem. Same procedure, cover all the stem walls and the inner piece as well. Remember, less is more, so do not over lube as this will make it unusable. Just try to cover it until the stem is just covered with grease. Lube the spring as well. You can use the bag lubing method or do it with a brush too. Time to put it all back together. Insert the spring back, then the stem. Remember, 2 of these legs are facing the golden leaves inside, and put the top cover back on. This is where you can film the switches, meaning you can insert a tiny plastic film between the bottom and top cover, which will reduce the wobbliness of the switch. And just repeat this another 83 times. Regarding the stabilizers, the Holee mod consists of inserting a piece of band-aid where the wire goes. So cut the band-aid, the one that is more like a cloth and not too plasticky. Best ones to use for this mod is this brand. So cut it to 1mm strips and use the tweezers to insert it here and cut the excess. Lubricate the wire end with a generous amount of Krytox grease and simply put it all back together. Also make sure to clip the stabilizer bottom to avoid the mushy sound and feel. You can put a band-aid on the PCB as well, where the stabilizers will hit it, as well as on the stabilizers insert on the plate to prevent any wobbliness of the stabilizers. With all the stabilizers back on the PCB and all the switches, insert new keycaps and try to type. Ah, better, right? So this is how you could make this keyboard literally 10 times better, but it does have one major flaw. The wireless dongle has a seriously small range, 2 feet tops, and it's okay, move it just an inch further and the missed keystroke mess is starting. Thankfully it has Bluetooth, and with it you can use it in the whole room without any issues. The second thing that is bugging me is that it has no battery indicator on it, but you can see this in the windows when you connect it via Bluetooth. So for a price of $69.99 you can get this keyboard and pretty much mod it to the max. Of course, those mods come with a price, but once you get into this rabbit hole it only gets deeper and deeper. But anyhow, you can use my coupon to get a little bit discount for this keyboard, and also that would be all for this time guys. Sub to the channel, like and share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.